It's John from Financial MD. Welcome to today's Didactic Minute. I was talking to an old friend of mine, colleague, another financial advisor, and we had the conversation kind of pondering two different people. One's a business owner, one's a physician. Why are they so different with how they manage their money? Because we've been working with doctors for a long time, and she works with business owners, and we were starting to discuss this and figure out why are doctors so notoriously bad with money. If you're a doctor and you're watching this and you're offended, then I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the other doctor. Why are they historically having a record of making poor financial decisions versus business owners who have similar incomes might have an entirely different wealth position? We discussed, and I think we came up with a pretty workable theory that getting to that high income level was a very different journey for business owners and entrepreneurs than it was for physicians. Both hardworking people, both educated in their own way, but I think the big difference are the journey for a business owner can be much more gradual, and they're given these income levels and levels of wealth on a much more gradual level that they can get used to, they can learn about, they can make smaller mistakes before they make big ones with bigger income. And so by the time they get to that high six-figure income, they've had time to slowly build up that. They've earned through the school of hard knocks, kind of just learning things, versus physicians, and you know this, you make nothing in undergrad, nothing in med school. Then you get into residency, still making basically nothing, but enough to pay the bills. Then when you go into practice, your income goes up 4 to 6 times overnight without training or education on what to do with it now to handle it, let alone just plain old life experience. Now, I've seen plenty of doctors that have done well with that have made smart decisions during residency, even during med school. They were raised well, maybe they went through one of our lecture programs or used our app or just came into it by the time I met them with some financial smarts and experience. But that tends to be, and I'm just saying in my experience, the exception versus the rule. So what do you take away from this? Well, for one, recognize if you're not good with money. Number two, we did talk about this intense FOMO or fear of missing out that physicians seem to have other than business owners. Because business owners tend to be on their island as the business owner with their team, their employees, their company. Physicians always have colleagues, always have others that make a similar income. They're always talking about the next hot stock tip investment, real estate, blah, blah, blah. And they get into bad investments because their buddy told them about it, and they just felt like, oh, I should be into that. Or there's a status thing, or whatever the case might be. And I've seen this. And I'm not saying this out of speculation or theory. I've been working with doctors long enough to know this. So I want you to take something away from this and learn from this. If this is you, recognize that. Be humble, be honest, and say, yes, I either need to delegate my finances to somebody else, a good fiduciary fee-based financial planner, or I need to learn about this. Be humble, be frugal, and just understand that it's the little decisions that can make a big difference. Hope that helped. Dig into it, take something away from this, learn. This is John from Financial MD. We'll see you next time.